Episode 5 of Please Sir, Don't You Want Some More? We're halfway through the series now. We've spoken to 25 out of 53 members of the UK Parliament who are over the age of 65, therefore entitled to and encouraged to get a COVID-19 booster in the autumn of 2024. We've been writing to them all, asking them whether they've done so. None of them has yet replied. The spring vaccination campaign is underway. The minimum age for a free injection has gone up to 75 from 65. We're not sure what the reason for that change is. We're going to try and get to the bottom of that. But we're talking to these guys about the autumn vaccination campaign last year when the age limit was 65. Andrew Mitchell is the first Member of Parliament on our list for this week. He was the Secretary of State for International Development under David Cameron. As such, the activities of GAVI, the Global Alliance for Vaccination and Immunization, as it was called then, it's just called GAVI now, was something that was very dear to his heart. He was often found lobbying for that group, and he was still doing that in February at Prime Minister's Questions Time this year from the opposition backbenches.
Mr. Speaker, the Prime Minister will be well aware of the Global Vaccination Fund, GAVI, one of the United Kingdom's great success stories. It's vaccinated from deadly diseases over 1 billion children under 5. It presents real value for money to British taxpayers, and over 80% of our constituents support it.
It was Andrew Mitchell who went scurrying around the chamber of the House of Commons talking to people as Andrew Bridgen in March 2023 got up to make a speech about vaccine harms. At the time it was said that he was warning people to vacate the chamber. We don't know that. We don't know what he was saying to these guys as he was sort of scuttling around here, but we do know that he got the heck out of there himself pretty quick. He didn't want to listen to what Andrew had to say there. But this was him in November 2021 in a message to his constituents. He's talking about case rates and vaccination rates and promoting walk-in vaccination centres. So perfectly legitimate for us to ask him if he's still supporting this campaign now. Clive, he's the MP for Sheffield South East. This is a post from the 5th of February 2021. He's talking about his COVID-19 vaccine, praising the health staff. He says it is so important for all of us to get our vaccination as soon as it is offered so we can overcome the hardships of the past year. Get the vaccine to protect yourself and help others. Martin Vickers, Mary Glindon and Maureen Burke are the last 3 MPs we've written to for this week's episode. Maureen Burke wasn't actually an MP until July of last year, July 2024. These other 2, what we can say about them is that they did vote yes in that draconian vaccine pass bill that Boris Johnson brought in at the end of 2021. Both Mary Glindon and Martin Vickers voted in favour of that bill. So those are the 5. This is the letter we wrote to them on the 24th of December 2024. We are independent journalists. We're trying to determine how many members of the House of Commons who are aged 65 and over and therefore entitled to a COVID-19 vaccination in the autumn of 2024 have taken up the offer. If you are willing to take part in our survey, please answer the following questions by return. 1, have you taken a COVID-19 vaccination booster shot this autumn, i.e. following the rollout of the autumn vaccination campaign that began on the 3rd of October 2024? 2, are you willing to state publicly that you have done so and endorse the vaccination campaign? 3, are you willing to recommend to your family, members of the public and constituents that they take up the offer? 4, are there any other remarks you would like to make? And we asked them to reply by the 7th of January. Now, none of them has, just like the previous 4 weeks. Not a single one of these MPs wants to say that they have taken these products or that they are still taking these products, nor do they want to say that they aren't. They just don't want to say anything at all. And that's in a marked contrast to what some of them were saying just a few years ago about these products in public. That's the end of episode 5, so that's 25 out of 53, as we said at the beginning. If any of these guys are your MP, you can write to them and ask them these questions. There's nothing to stop you doing that, and you're more likely to get an answer as a constituent than we are. So that'd be helpful if anybody in these constituencies could do that. If you get a reply, let us know. Contact@huntandgather.tv and come back and see us again We'll be back in a week's time as we continue to ask, please sir, don't you want some more?